Are you curious to know how the US dollar is still standing strong despite inflation hitting the economy? In today's video, we will explore the reasons why the US dollar is still going strong despite the economic downturn. We will uncover how the dollar has managed to weather the storm of inflation. Get excited and watch the entire video to find out more. Hello and welcome to Business Phil. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to receive more amazing content. The US dollar's rise. The dollar has risen from its lowest point in 10 months as investors raise their predictions for US interest rates because of signs of persistent inflation and surprisingly strong economic activity. The most important reserve currency in the world hit a 20-year high in September, but it fell 11.2% over the next 4 months as US inflation fell from a multi-decade high. This allowed the Federal Reserve to slow the rate at which it raised interest rates toward the end of 2022. One of the currency's main supports was taken away by slower rate hikes and the possibility that rates might stay the same or even go down in 2023. But at the start of February, a lot of economic data show that the world's biggest economy is still in good shape. This pushed the dollar back up by 3% against a basket of 6 other leading currencies, making up for January's drop. What caused the rise? The US added more than 500,000 jobs last month, which was almost 3 times what was expected, and inflation fell to 6.4%, which was less than what was expected. The inflation report has ruined the market's nice little plan to bring down inflation, said Florian Ilpo, multi-asset portfolio manager at Lombard Odier. As a result, central banks are likely to keep pushing rates up. Jordan Rochester, a foreign exchange strategist at Nomura, said, "Everyone in the macroeconomic community thought the dollar would fall against the euro and the yen at the start of February. Since then, almost all US data has been better than expected, and the markets are slowly starting to agree with what the Fed has been saying for a long time, which is that rates have further to go and will stay the same for a while." What about the future of the US dollar? Benchmark interest rates in the US are between 4.5 and 4.75%. At the beginning of February, futures markets were pricing in a rate peak close to 4.9%, with 2 cuts in the second half of the year, bringing borrowing costs to about 4.4% heading into 2024. Still, some investors don't think the dollar's rise will last for much longer. The safe haven currency is likely to keep going up this quarter, but analysts at UBS say it will resume its downward trajectory as global growth and risk sentiment improve. What effects does a strong dollar have on investors? Investors should pay attention to how volatile the currency market is. Microsoft is a multinational company, which means that about half of its income comes from other countries. If the value of the money it makes overseas goes down compared to the dollar, Microsoft will make less money in US dollars from those sales. Companies that rely on exports from the US or make a lot of money from other countries could have a hard time when the dollar is strong. This could put even more pressure on their shares, which are already being hurt by rising interest rates and high inflation for domestic consumers. Emerging markets are also having trouble. This is because many of these countries issued debt in dollars, which they paid back with their own currencies. When the dollar is getting stronger and interest rates are going up, which could cause losses and defaults, that's not a good deal. What does it mean for you that the dollar is strong? There are ways for individual investors to protect themselves from currency fluctuations, but they are usually very complicated and expensive. Average traders need to know what's going on in the world so they can figure out why their portfolio might be struggling a certain time. More and more investors and advisors need to pay a lot more attention to what's going on in the world. It will have a real impact on your portfolio. It is an exciting time for the US dollar. Even with inflation hitting the economy, the US dollar is still standing strong. This is an impressive feat, and it speaks to the power of the US economy. Even with the rising cost of goods and services, the US dollar is still considered a reliable and safe currency. This means that the US dollar is a great investment, and it can be a great asset for those looking to protect their savings. With the US dollar staying strong, it is clear that the US economy is in a good place and the future looks bright for the US dollar. What are your thoughts on today's video? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.